Blessed ones of the nations of the world. One more time, this is your brother Dan Moses, or say Yaosakotie of TRC, Ghana, coming to you this 23rd of September 2023, the Lord's Day, with a continuation of our exposés, Testimony, New World Disorder. This is being recorded on the 22nd of September 2023 towards the date 23rd of September 2023, the Lord's Day. Therefore, we want to begin by welcoming each other, saying Akwaba, Allen, Sahale, Shagitown, welcome, Inganjoni, Benvindo, you are welcome, Kuso, Diwo, to San Yusenyo, Okukulaba, Mauya, Mingalaba, Poyei, Malamu, Karibu, Ekabo, no, Sanu, Dezua, Enkwandi, Ina, Mitas, Duburo, Pezalovat, Bine Ivinit, Barigalut, Vita Ichi, Ayubon, Dobridoya, Velkommen, Estan, Ozut, Walang, Anuma. Bienvenido, namaste, swagatam, kush, hamadid, baruch, haba, marhaba, wanyong haminida, wanying, nyejeko, anyemime, nyejeko, wezolo, novio, mia wezo, akwaba to the program Testimony, New World Disorder. Testimony, New World Disorder, as we know, is the program through which we get to know what is happening to Ghana, America, humanity, and the nations of the world in these times of global deception, delusion, and willful lies that are made up by some of the very people that we trust to be there for humanity and the nations of the world. Yet, for almost 2 decades now, for 17 years, in their worship of this extremely dangerous U.S. undercover agent, Daniel Caesar, they have dealt with humanity by willful lies, deception, and delusion, and they have brought humanity and the nations of the world into this total global helplessness, committing medical terrorism against humanity and the nations of the world under the guise of COVID-19, which is a total fiasco. But we want to understand that the center of the global evil pursuit against humanity is Ghana and America. These have been taken as global stages by the global wicked forces with their counterparts of Ghana, Nana Addo Akufo, and the tribalists of Ghana. And they have torn down everything that humanity and the nations of the world have labored for since the days of our fathers. And the ulterior agenda for which they are doing this evil to humanity is to seek to take over your souls, my soul, and the souls of all of the human race. Whether it be Judaist, Christians, Muslims, Rastafarian, Shintoist, no matter which religious affiliation that we incline to, the entire human race, they are coming after our souls. What do we do in the face of this global wickedness? This is expose part 270. 271 shall bring us what to do. Therefore, Akwaba to the program Testimony, New World Disorder. You know you are in the moment of your life, your time, that you need to make a decision as to whether you will let this soul take us. When all their wickedness and their evil against the human race, you will let them take over your soul and lead you to damnation in hellfire, or you will let the maker of your soul take over your soul and lead you to glory in eternity. Christ Jesus is my Lord. And whether you be Judaist, Muslim, Christian, whether you worship or not, I want to gladly commend to you Christ Jesus, my Lord. Akwaba to the program Testimony, New World Disorder. Humanity and the nations of the world. So we want to be good to the United Kingdom and bring them some understanding as to why God brought into their midst in the year 2022 To be precise, the 26th of April 2022, a family member of mine into their midst in the United Kingdom. And as to why God, in the year 2022, that same year, God took me back to the United States, America, for the sake of the United Kingdom, that the economy of the United Kingdom was tearing apart would be restored. We are here to help the United Kingdom understand why God took me back and why God brought a family member of mine into their midst. Akwaba to the program, Testimony New World Disorder. Ghana and the nations of the world, Africa, Asia, Australia, all of the American continent. We know that Barack Obama and his administration, John Akufo and his administration, with diplomatic stakes, Ban Ki-moon and traitors within the United Nations in the year 2008, in worship of this extremely dangerous US undercover agent to cover up their heinous crimes against me, against Ghana and the nations of the world, set up, infiltrated my family, my father's family in Ghana, the family of Nana Edwofo Jan, and took Yao Sarkodie Edu under the guise of steadily to make a fool of the Ghanaian people, to go aid the extremely dangerous US undercover agent to cover up their crimes against their own family member, or say Yao Sarkodie, to get me killed. We know that from the introduction that we had last week. Ghana, in California, was where Barack Obama and his administration, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, and those that destroy America, traitors, were hiding Yao Sarkodie Edu from 2008 till 2012. Eventually, their collusion with this extremely dangerous US undercover agent resulted in their agenda of plotting with Ban Ki-moon and traitors within the United Nations to get me lynched and got me kidnapped, to kill me on the 6th of April 2011. Ghana and the nations of the world, they killed me on the 6th of April 2011, only to realize that by the God of Daniel, Daniel never dies, and I still live, to the shame of the extremely dangerous US undercover agent who bought the mind of my own biological brother Samuel Sarkodie with money mansion and 33-seater bus to aid her to get me killed with the biggest terrorist of the nations of the world, Nana Addo Akufo Addo, and the traitors of Ghana. Humanity and the nations of the world. Akwaba to the program, Testimony New World Disorder. In order for Nana Addo, in order for the states within the United traitors, Joe Biden and his Barack Obama, Joe Biden and their administration, Nana Addo Akufo Addo, and the traitors and the tribals, haters of Ghana, to make a fool of humanity and to make a fool of my father's family. They had plotted that they must arrange a marriage for Yao Sarkodie Edu in America, to get her married to an American citizen, so she gets a US permanent resident document to cover up their evil of sending him to America in 2008 to aid the US government to get me killed in worship of this extremely dangerous US undercover agent. So they got him to get married to an American, and he through that got his document. However, their evil pursuit continued until in the year 2012, when their terrorism against Ghana resulted in the cutting short of the life of His Excellency John Evans Fifi Atta Mills, my father, my president, and my friend, on the 24th of July 2012. When their evil has resulted in the cutting short of the life of His Excellency John Ivan Fifi Atameo, they quickly, the Ban Ki-moon and his diplomatic terrorist, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and the new terrorist, Joe Biden and Ban Ki-moon, Hillary Clinton, and the destroyers of America, pulled Yausa Kodie Edu from America back to Ghana to make a fool of the Ghanaian people. That it was my own father's family, the family of Nana Edubofo-Jan, who had colluded with tribalists of Ghana to cause the life of John Evans Fifi Atameus. You are saying, oh, how could diplomats and tribalists of Ghana, political evil forces of Ghana, be this stupid? No. You haven't heard anything. They have not been that stupid yet. Listen to this. Akwaba to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder, United Kingdom. We are unfolding to you as to how God brought the daughter of Daniel into your midst on the 26th of April 2022. United Kingdom, Ghana, America, and the nations of the world. The evil philosophy of the new terrorists who are seeking after your soul, the souls of humanity and the nations of the world, to take over and lead you to damnation in hellfire. Diplomatic evil forces within the United Nations and Ghana, who's with their counterparts in America at the White House. Because their evil philosophy is that they continue their terrorism against their victims until their victims get used to the terrorism against them. Therefore, they don't change their ways. You know, they are so stupid and continuously stupid. That is what I mean. In America, we say stupid is what they do. You understand? Okay. So, after they had made a fool of my family in Ghana, my father's family, in the year 2019, the 27th of September 2019, when Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his tribalist government, the White House of America, the US government, traitors within the United Nations, when they were getting overwhelmed with their willful cover-up of the killing of my Reverend Dr. David Nabemado, and their evil that has caused the life of my Dr. Busumuru Kofi Annan, all in the year 2018. They chose to take the life of Nana Edubofo-Jan, my father, and his family, whom they infiltrated to aid them to kill me in worship of this extremely dangerous way. So on the 27th of September 2019, they, through medical terrorism, killed my father, Nana Edubofo-Jan, in worship of the same extremely dangerous US undercover agent. By their evil philosophy, these traitors against Ghana, traitors against America, traitors within the United Nations, did not end there. In 2013, they have infiltrated my mother's family and have taken Simon Akwesi Dankwa, my half brother. By the infiltration of my mother's family, they carried him from Ghana in the year 2013 to the land of South Africa. That US intelligence, technology, and network put behind the new terrorist of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, be put behind the same Simon Akwesi Dankwa in South Africa to aid them and this extremely dangerous US undercover agent in covering up the killing of Lucky Dubé, which was the work of this extremely dangerous US undercover agent and the haters of Rastafarians. So Simon Jesse had been in South Africa since 2013, aiding the US government, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, destroyers of America, the worship, the extremely dangerous US, to seek to get me killed after God had proven to them in the year 2011 that Daniel never dies. They still strengthen themselves in their evil to aid the extremely dangerous US undercover to seek to kill Daniel. Alright. Ghana, by their infiltration of my family in my mother's family, they continue with their bribing of my mother's family. Money, mansions, and cars. They set my uncle Nana Daniel Opoku Ejeyi up and his family and our family. And by that, they gave the devil a foothold over my mother's family. And on the 19th, or on the 6th of November 2019, just 5 weeks after they had killed my uncle Nana Edubofo Jan through medical terrorism, they used the same medical terrorism at Addo Teaching Hospital, Nana Addo Akufo Addo. The US government, traitors within the United Nations, they killed Nana Edubofo, Nana Daniel Opoku Ejeyi on the 6th of November 2019 in the worship of the same extremely dangerous US undercover agent. Akufo to the program, Testimony, New World, United Kingdom, just be still, we are getting understanding. So we know that stupid is what the new terrorists do. Hatred and hate crime is what they do in worship of the extremely dangerous US undercover. They never depart from their evil ways. Humanity and the Nations of Akufo to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. To cover up the shame of the bribing of my family, my mother's family, just like they did to my father's family, the family of Nana Edubofo Jan. To the killing of Nana Daniel Opoku Ejeyi as well. They killed him only to realize that God is forever the same, and his word is still the same. Daniel never dies. So after the 6th of November 2019, they have still continued, my mother's family has still continued to know and understand that of a truth, Daniel never died because the God of Daniel is still alive. Thank God that I still live to tell the story of Christ Jesus, my Lord. Humanity and the Nations are covered to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. On the 26th of April, 26th of July 2023, God has brought me back to Ghana from America after my 2022 trip on the behalf of the United Kingdom. In order for the government of Nana Addo Akufo Addo to seek the cover up their bribery of my mother's family, money, mansions, and cars, which they perpetrated to get me killed, and eventually they opened a foothold for Nana Addo Akufo Addo and the tribalists to kill Nana Daniel Opoku Ejeyi Addo Teaching Hospital, exploiting the same mind of my brother of the same father and mother. They poisoned him and eventually got him killed in Teaching Hospital. in order to cover up the shame that they are befallen, they are made before the family through their bribery, the U.S. government and the Nana Addo Akufo Addo and his government, they on the very week that I arrived in Ghana, they had orchestrated that the same strategy that they used to get marital, to get the resident document for Yaosako de Edu, and it backfired, and eventually Yaosako de Edu has come to live in Ghana since 2012 after the killing of John Evans Fifi Atameos. They had used the same strategy in South Africa, and they have arranged marriage for Simon Akwesi Dankwa, my half brother, to get married to a South African citizen. So they through the marriage, he gets his document in South Africa, and then if he would not come back again, he can stay in South Africa and enjoy glory. But just like their plot with Yaosako did not stand, their plot with Simon JC also fell apart. And within days of me arriving in Ghana on the 26th of July 2023, the same government of Nana Addo Akufo Addo, traitors within the United Nations, Joe Biden, who are taking the throne after the evil that he pursued with Barack Obama against my family in worship of the extremely dangerous US undercover agent. They infiltrated my family one more time, pulled Simon JC back to Ghana. The same strategy that they used against my father's family, they have used it against my mother's family. Pull Simon JC back from South Africa to Ghana. Why? Because in the year 2020-2021, with the 2021 being the epitome, the US government has resorted to more bribing of my father's family, Nana Daniel Opokueje's family. They set them up with more bribery, together with the United Nations. While the United Nations was using bribery, coercion, and manipulation against my mother's family, the family of Nana Edubofo, Nana Daniel Opokueje, the US government was also using bribery and making the family totally helpless. Therefore, they succeeded in removing the daughter of Nana Daniel Opokueje, who was the center of this manipulating of my family, to aid them in the covering up of the killing of my uncle Nana Daniel Opokueje. By their bribery, they pulled her from Ghana to the United Kingdom on the 26th of April 2022, and she has been there up to now. Ghana and the nations of the world. Akwa to the program, Testimony, New World is all. United Kingdom, this is just the beginning. You know what? In order for Nana Addo Akufo Addo, Joe Biden, and traitors within the United Nations to cover up their bribery shame that they have brought on my family, they made my own mother's family in Ghana buy an airline ticket for Simon Akwesi Dankwa to pull him from South Africa to Ghana within the matter of days that I came to Ghana. Why? Because they wanted to make a fool of the Ghanaian people, the American people, that, oh, you know, the bribery money, mansions and cars that was left by my uncle Nana Daniel Opokueje due to the collusion to cover up the crimes of the extremely dangerous youth. It was enough money for them to buy an airline ticket for Simon JC to come back to Ghana. 10 years in South Africa, he could not buy airline ticket back to his country. You know what the United Nations was doing? You know what the Biden administration was doing? You know what Nana Addo Akufo was doing? They were making a fool of the human race. And Ghana, to cover up the United Nations bribery to my father's family, after the bribery by the US government and the Nana Addo Akufo and the new terrorists, money mansions a car which cost the life of my uncle Nana Daniel Pokueji. The United Nations topped it up with more bribery. 2022-2021, together with the US government, more bribery, to the point of removing the daughter of Daniel to the United Kingdom. So they made my family buy the ticket and brought Simon JC back to Ghana. That the United Nations cover up their shame that, the money that was made at the expense of my blood and which eventually cost the life of Nana Daniel Pokueji at the hands of diplomatic terrorists. The new terrorist of America and the new terrorist of Ghana, Nana Addo Akufo and his cronies. The money was enough. So they didn't need United Nations bribery and the US government bribery in 2020 and 2021. That was smart enough. They wanted to tell us that the money that they made at the expense of my blood, which eventually caused the life of Nana Daniel Pokueji, was enough. So they didn't need more bribe. But on the behalf of the blood of Daniel, I want to speak to my family in Kumasi, my uncle's family, that I am on the side of the family. It is the US government, the United Nations, Nana Addo Akufo that must be held accountable, and his government, for the terrorism against the family, because they cannot fool Ghana and the nations of the world forever. We know that Epo Kura Ensuo Togum, America, it will have to get you to get a Ghanaian friend to understand it. The ocean, the sea, when it rains, it still rains in the sea. So no matter how much rich or money that the rich have, they still want more. That is why the United Nations, the US government, Biden and his administration, have to pay more bribe to my family, the family of Nana Daniel Pokueji, and eventually removing her daughter to the United Kingdom to make a fool of the United Kingdom at the expense of my blood, to make a fool of my family in Ghana, to make a fool of the Ghana. This is just the beginning. Let's end here. God bless you. I say God bless my homeland, Ghana. Ghana, you better also. The shame is on Nana Addo Akufo, traitors within the United Nations, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Ban Ki-moon, and the enemies of God. God bless you. And God judge Mahomo Bibawu.